Welcome everybody. Today in this video we're gonna talk about something super important, which is why loneliness makes you more addicted. So why did I make this video in the first place? It's because there is a person who told me in the previous video that he needed help in something. And the reason why he is going back to pornography, it's because he feels lonely. So guess what? I was like, okay, this person needs help. Let me go and make a whole video about it because I just generally cannot explain in the comments. Okay, if I have to explain it in the comment, it's just not possible. It's physically not possible. That's why I made this video when I'm gonna explain to you why loneliness gonna make you more addicted. Okay, so stay with me. And another thing that I want to add is, why should you listen to me? Why should you listen to me? And I'm not a person with glasses, right? Earphones, right? A shirt, a Canada shirt that my sister gave me, and they watch. I'm more than this. And obviously in this video I'm gonna show you everything. So those are one of the results that I had with one of my clients, which is, his name is Ross. He used it to, have this problem, loneliness. He was addicted as well. Obviously, that's why he joined the coaching program. And as you can see, he said that I feel I can communicate better, right? The reason is because I'm gonna explain it here more often, obviously, essentially, right? But the reason why a lot of people have this problem of loneliness, it's because of pornography, right? And we're gonna go deep into it so you can get an idea. The second one is obviously I feel more alive and healthy, and I'm able to look and talk to women now without sexualizing it. Because the more you're gonna watch pornography, the more you're gonna sexualize other women. As easy as they sound. There, there's like literally, it's so logical. There's no crazy mathematic, whatever. The more you watch pornography, the more you're gonna create let's say fantasies. Obviously, like fantasies, because we don't have urges, we just have fantasies. And if you are watching pornography and you don't have a girlfriend or none of these, you should be on semen retention. You should retain your seeds so you can take this vital energy and transmute it on your career when it comes to, maybe if you are a student in a university, if you have a job, if you want to make money, so on. You need this semen. This semen have a lot of vital energy. And the more you're gonna retain your seeds, the longer you will do this, the more beneficial it's gonna become. I promise you, from my own experience, from all of these people that you're gonna see on YouTube, experience as well. Matter of fact, I invite you, to go and search on YouTube semen retention. You will see that a lot of people are thinking that this is a life changer. Well, they're not thinking, because it is a life changer. It changed my life. It literally changed my life. Okay. And the last one, it was Alex. He was kind of like the weird guy, in the class, and everyone, not everyone, but a lot of people don't want to socialize with him, right? And obviously, after joining the coaching program, he became more confident. Right now, he literally have a girlfriend as well. I want to thank you a lot, for this, bro. But obviously, yeah, this applies to you as well if you're watching this video. That's why you should listen to me, okay? I'm more than this. Stop thinking that I'm a random person. I'm your friend, man. I'm here to help you, bro, okay? So, anyway, humans are wired for connection from the moment we are born. Our brain depends on bonds, relationship, and belonging to survive. Literally, as soon as you're gonna be bored, right, from your mom's Gucci, what's gonna happen is you're gonna start crying. And when you're gonna start crying, who can calm you except your mom or those, doctors? Nobody. Okay? So those are the people, right? They're gonna calm you when you're gonna be crying. And this applies to every single situation that you have in your life. Okay? So today we have a very big problem. Is that most of men are disconnected than ever, isolated in their rooms, scrolling and chasing empty highs, aka dopamine or instant gratification. That's where pornography comes in. Pornography came, let's say, in a very good phase, in a very good place, to replace humans' connection, to make you feel worst, to make you feel always bad, and to make your seeds out all the time, so you don't be vibrating on a higher frequency. Okay? Because lust is the lowest frequency, and gratitude and so on is the highest frequency. So the more you're gonna be grateful, right, for small things, the more you're gonna be vibrating on the highest frequency, and that's what happens when you're gonna be retaining your seeds. Okay? What I mean by retaining receipts is basically you stop letting your semen out. Easy, right? So, why do you feel this way, right? Why do you feel lonely most of the time when you are relapsing or watching pornography, consuming those sexual content? It's because the more you're gonna be relapsing, the more you're gonna be touching those parts, which is the prefrontal cortex. It's here, as you can see. Let me show you. Boom. Here we go. Here, right? And in this place, the prefrontal cortex have a small part called the frontal lobe, and the frontal lobe, excuse me, and the frontal lobe have a lot of functions like what, like motor control, thinking, memory, reasoning, self-control, and maintaining social expectations, planning, abstract thinking, and so on. So, maintaining social expectations, as you can see. So, what I mean by this is, the more you're gonna be relapsing, the more you're gonna be touching this place, and that's the reason why you feel lonely in the first place. Okay, it's because the more you're gonna relapse, the more you're gonna watch those type of content. The more you will kind of feel lonely because you think that you're gonna feel connected with the girl you are watching on the screen or the woman they watch on the screen, but it's not the case because you're just putting yourself in a deeper hole, the deep rabbit hole. So, why matters? Why? Why is that? It's because neuroscience shows that loneliness activates the same survival centers in the brain as physical hunger. Okay? So we have three parts in our brain, super important to know. Executive state, right? The prefrontal lobes, boom, 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 as you can see. There's this part and there's this part, right? What can I learn from this? This is like more logical, if that makes sense, right? It's the one that I told you here, okay? Remember, stay with me, okay? Emotional state, the limbic system. As you can hear, emotions. Am I loved? You know what I'm saying? And so on, basically, right? And the last one, which is the survival state, the brain stem. Okay? Am I safe? And guess what's gonna happen? Is that when you're gonna watch pornography, it's activate this, this state, which is the survival state. So just like your body craves food, your mind craves connection. Easy as it sounds, okay? So if you have a problem, there's always a solution. If you watch pornography, which is kind of like a problematic thing, right? It's gonna create small problems or micro problems. Like what? Like lack of social expectations, okay? Less deeper understanding of yourself, right? Less connection, less inner connection, okay? And so on. The list is long. There's a lot of cons of watching pornography, and it's gonna create, like I've told you, small problems, okay? And this is gonna lead to bigger problems if you keep relapsing, right? And you know what I'm talking about. The more you're gonna be consuming, pornography, especially if it's since you was young, well, when you're gonna be older, when you're gonna be in your 30s, you're probably gonna be aroused by weird categories of pornography. And you know what I'm talking about. Your age is 30 and you are into minus 18. Okay, a minors. But you get what I'm saying, right? You're gonna be a predator, right? I'm just gonna say you're gonna become a Transformer Prime who is trying to find little Transformers, if that makes sense. Okay? Please, YouTube, don't take this video. I'm just here to help people, literally. So, like I've told you before, pornography. I say porn just so I don't say the word porn, but right now, since I say it, I'm just gonna say it. Porn gives you the illusion of intimacy, right? A face, a body, a moment of release. That's fake. Why is it fake? It's because, remember the example that I gave you in every single video that I did, which is the example of the baby and the milk. The baby gonna find every single way, every single excuses, cry, whatever, just to get the milk. Same thing with your brain. Your brain gonna always find excuses to produce dopamine as much as it can. And obviously, one of the highest ways to produce dopamine is having an orgasm with yourself while watching pornography. This is what PMO stands for. Porn, masturbation, orgasm. Okay? But guess what? It's empty. The videos that you are watching are empty. Empty. No, like, as you can see, no touch, no love, and no reciprocity. Okay? Literally. the woman that you are watching in the video, the other side of you, which is the pixels, it's fake. No intimacy. It cannot touch you. She cannot touch you, right? You cannot feel your, inside. There's nothing. It's lifeless, okay? And the reason why they made those videos, I'm talking about women, the reason why they make these videos, it's because of money. They want money. They want money. They don't care about you, okay? It's not the same as if you actually try, not really try, just try to find benefits and finding a potential girlfriend, which is going to be potential wife, and marry her, and then you can have a beautiful life. What do you think it's better? What is the better option? Is it to keep wasting your vital energy by watching pornography and never feel connected, and that's the reason why you're gonna feel lonely? Okay, that's because that's the root cause of the problem, which is loneliness. Connection, or be on similar attention, right? Take this vital energy and use it to find a lovely girlfriend, which potentially gonna be your wife. Okay, it makes sense, of course. Just find the real one, find the good one. Okay, for my case, I already find my girlfriend, and as soon as I did, I believe so that I literally lost all of the value that I see in pornography. I don't even need it anymore. I have a girlfriend. You hear what I'm saying? And this applies to you as well. Okay. And the critical part, what is it? What is the critical part? Is that every single time you use it to escape loneliness, because if you are watching pornography, you are trying to cope with the problem. It was the same thing with me. Excuse me, by the way. Excuse me. It was the same thing with me when I was younger. The reason why I was watching pornography, it's because I was lost. Literally, I was lost. I just don't know. I simply didn't know what to do. Right? I was literally going to the gym. I was close to God, praying to God. I was journaling. I was waking up early, doing runs. But still, deep down, I was lost. I didn't have this inner understanding. Remember what I've told you before. Inner understanding. Super, super important. Okay? Basically, when you use pornography to escape loneliness, it's only gonna make the rabbit hole deeper. Okay, it deepens the very isolation you're trying to run from. It's gonna make it deeper and deeper and deeper. Okay, pause. Right, the reason why it's because if you talk, you're gonna produce dopamine, and that's why socializing literally makes you happier, right? People equals mirrors. Hanging with the right ones, you will level up. If you hang with people that are smoking, you're gonna be one of them. If you hang with people that are drinking, you're gonna be one of them. If you are hanging with people that don't watch pornography and they are trying to build their career, you're gonna be one of them. Easy. There's nothing, bro, that, like, come on. It's easy to understand. Everything have a solution. Every single person, every single problem have a solution. And connection equals survival. Strong bonds, longer, healthier life. Okay, and this is why I put this guy. As you can see, this is probably a random thing that you probably think that, oh my gosh, you just put this thing randomly. But no, brother, no, man, listen to me. This is you, right? This box is your thoughts. This box represents your thoughts. So every single time you're gonna feel bad, in order to not feel bad, what you're gonna do is watch pornography. It's because you need to have a coping mechanism. Use pornography as a coping mechanism, right? And in order to make yourself feel better, you're gonna watch pornography. Or maybe because you had trauma when you were young, that's why you're gonna watch pornography. Okay, but here we're talking about loneliness, specifically loneliness. Okay, so you are the one who created those own thoughts, and you have the keys, or let's say the scissors, to open this box. It's you who have those tools. Okay, the solutions is here. It's in your own hands, literally. But the more you're gonna keep watching pornography, the more you're gonna be closing, and the more this book's gonna be tight. Okay, so I hope you understand what I get by this, basically. So another thing that I want to add is psychology calls this the negative loop. Okay, the negative loop. The more lonely you feel, the more you seek a fake connection. Pornography. Remember the girl that you've been watching a lot of times because, I don't know, or maybe the girl that you've been watching on OnlyFans, and that's why you give her money. That's the reason why. It's because you kind of feel like it's gonna create a connection with her, but it's not the case. She just want your money, and she just don't care about you. basically. You get what I'm saying, right? But the more you seek it, the lonelier you become, and that's why the addiction doesn't just stay the same, it grows. The more you're gonna keep watching pornography, the more it's gonna grow. And the best way to fix this is to fix it as quick as possible. Okay? But now let me basically explain what is the negative loop. What I mean by this is basically you feel lonely, right? This is more like socially, okay? And this is like, as you can see, the chronic loneliness trap. It's literally a trap. So basically, you feel lonely. I feel lonely. Okay, I feel alone. I don't feel connected with anyone. Boom, this is gonna lead to something else, which is your thoughts. And guess what? The nature of the thoughts gonna be negative. Negative thoughts. No one wants to be my friends, you know? No one wants to connect with me. I am worthless. And this is gonna lead to another thing, which is expectations. And the nature of this expectation is gonna be negative. Makes sense. Everything is negative, right? Going to social events wouldn't solve anything. Socializing is a waste of time. I don't have time to socialize with other people. You know what I'm saying? I'm a sigma. I'm alone. I don't feel. I feel like I'm just not meant to socialize with other people. It's okay. I can feel good with myself. It's good to feel lonely. No, brother. No. Yeah. Okay. Most of the time, you have to put yourself in a place when it's only you and God. Okay. But sometimes you have to go outside and communicate with other people and so on, right? Because if you don't do this for a whole life, for your whole life, you're gonna have some serious problems. And I think there is a scientific study that shows the the what the more you stay alone, you know, the more you are lonely, the worse it becomes, and it's even worse than taking drugs. Okay, it's literally worse than taking drugs. This is what do you call it? Miswak. It's good for your teeth, as you can see. My teeth look clean. I'm really random. I'm sorry for this. Come on, man. We have to look in. Okay. And the last one, which is the negative interactions. As you can see, the nature of the interactions are negative. Everything is negative. Okay. That person looked interested in me, uninterested in me. They were faking their kindness. They don't want to be my friend because I kind of look this way or I kind of look this way, so on. You're not the problem. Nobody is the problem. The problem that you currently have is your thoughts, okay? And how can you fix this? Well, obviously, you have to overcome this addiction. So, understand this as well, because I really want you to understand this as well. Your urges are not about pleasure, they're about pain. They're about the pain of loneliness, most specifically. Why? There is another, a scientific study. If I found the resources, I'm gonna put in the comments. Hopefully I will. That talks about the reason why a lot of people are, watching pornography, right? They are addicted, quote unquote, addicted, right? It's because they feel lonely most of the time, and that's the reason why this video in the first place. It's because this probably applies to you as well. That's why you are lonely, and that's why you are watching pornography in the first place, right? And this is what we do. We make you overcome this addiction, and until you face the truth, no amount of willpower, aka ego, right, will set you free. It never works. I tried this for 5 years. I tried 5 years to actually, put all of this willpower to quit this addiction. Never worked. Never, ever, ever worked. Okay? But here's the good news, right? Is that once you break the cycle and build a real connection, the fake one loses all its power. Like I've told you before, problem, solution, right? Okay, problem, solution. The problem always gonna have a solution. And the solution for this loneliness is to break the cycle. And of course, if you feel all of those things that I told you, in this video kind of hard, well, basically that's what I teach inside the coaching program, right? How to replace isolation with real bonds and rebuild your life on something solid. Like I've told you before, who are you? You look like a guy who have glasses, broken nose, a goatee, a t-shirt who your sister gave it to you, and this watch. I'm more than this, brother. I made a lot of people overcome this addiction, and this can be you as well, okay? As you can see, all of those people, all of them happy. I love that. You know what I'm saying? Same thing here, same thing here, same. Basically, just book a free discovery call, literally. If you just want to overcome this addiction, book a free discovery call, right? The only thing that we need from you is that you are ready to invest and serious about it. That's all. You just have to be serious about it, okay? On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad you want to quit this addiction. If it's 10, book a free discovery call. We'll definitely love to work with you, okay? And of course, remember that life is all about lessons. Learn as much as you can. Peace.